it's not about, we've won a bunch of games, and we've won some bowl games, and we've been pretty competitive, and we've done some pretty neat things. But the most powerful thing for me is the relationship I have with my players. And again, like I said, I love them dearly. And a number of years ago, I wondered myself, why do I coach and why do I do what I do? And I know why I do. Because the influence, impact you have on young people. See, when you have a young man that comes back, and I remember Edwin Green from Miami South Ridge, he came to my office a while back, and he said, Coach, I want you to know I got a job, and I've got these 2 kids, and they were really, really something special. That's what's more powerful than even winning bowl games or championships or national championships. And that's honestly why I coach. Because when a young man comes back and says, hey, Coach, you've had a great influence in my life, and I appreciate you so much, that truly is what's really powerful. I had somebody say to me one time, I remember, I'll never forget this, that if somebody asked you who won the Heisman Trophy 3 or 4 years ago, you probably wouldn't be able to say who it is. If I asked you all that, I don't know if you would or not. Or who won a national championship maybe 3 or 4 years ago? I don't know if you could even say that. But if I asked all of you to name 3 people that had the biggest impact in your life, you probably could say that right now. You could probably share who those people are. And that's the biggest, that means more to me than anything, than all of this. And so when I got that text, I broke. Because I love these players so much. And for this team to go through, they've gone through, and to go ahead and go to this bowl game, win this bowl game, and in the locker room, for Savage Joseph to stand up, and to have the, I know Doug was there and looked at Doug and said, Doug, look what this team's gone through, and this team is not divided. This is a team. I knew right that moment, more than ever, how important this is. And I tell our football team, you've got to battle adversity for what you believe in. And you've got to stand up for what you believe in. And you've got to fight adversity every day. And that's what I'm doing. The allegations are misreported. I have said that from day one, and I don't care how long it takes. I'm in this for my life. My name, my reputation, my family. I think about my mom and dad, everybody. And I will do all I can to make sure I continue to work towards those goals. I want to coach this football team. This is the greatest job in the country. It is the greatest place to live. These guys are special. And I love my players. And I'm going to battle for my players in every way I can. I want to coach this football team. We've got a tremendous football team right now. Everybody knows it. I've recruited every one of these guys. We have an opportunity for a Big East championship. There's no question about it. And everybody knows this is a group that's building for that. And I'm going to battle hard for those things. I remember when we got Ryan Giddens to turn down University of Florida, and all the media asked him, why are you doing this? Why are you going to University of South Florida, not Florida? He says, why not? He said, why not? And that's the same thing here. Why shouldn't I continue and be the head football coach at University of South Florida? And I'm going to fight for it, y'all, because I know what's right. And I know what's right in my heart. And I'm not going to back down from this because I know what I'm saying is right. Now, I can get going a little bit because I'm sharing my heart. What I want to do right now, I want to go hold my players so bad. I want to put my arm around all of them so bad. Now, I don't know if you all have any questions. If you do, we'll take them. I don't know what questions you have. If none, that's okay too. Whatever you want.
Jim. Did you choke and slap this kid?
Huh?
Did you choke and slap this athlete?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I said that from day one.
You talked about the relationship, obviously 14 years of that you feel between your players. But why do you want to go back to work for a university that doesn't believe you?
Well, I love this university. I think it's the best thing for me and this university to keep this football staff together. You know, to these guys that I have, I can work through all that. That's not difficult for me. It really isn't. It's much more than that.
Coach, is the goal for you to clear your name and to get your job back, or is it also to get paid? Because you always tell me you look at your contract, and if you feel that you were right, you should be paid. Do you really want to go back? Is that your goal?
Yes, no question. And you know, I've thought a lot about it. And, you know, because that's, you know, and again, why not? I mean, honestly, why not? I can work through everything. I know, no question. I came here for $75,000 a year. I was making $95,000 at Kansas State. It never has been about money. I've been offered jobs a lot more money than the University of South Florida paid me. And that's well documented. Why didn't I do that? Because this is the best place for Jim Leavitt. This is the best job for Jim Leavitt. This is where I belong. If there was another job that was better for me, I would have left, but it's not. And that's why.
Is Jim Leavitt the best thing for USF?
I believe so. In my heart, I really believe so.
Jim, when you go back to that November 21st incident, when you look back on it, you feel strongly that whatever did occur, in your mind one thing occurred, in some other people's minds it did not occur, that you did the right thing, that it was the way, it was clear, and there was no inappropriate action?
Absolutely. And I've said that from day one. I've never wavered. Absolutely. Yes.
Would you, in some way, shape, or form, people out there, is there a way to reenact that? You could do
No.
it. You could do it. All right.
Maybe too. You know, that's the thing. You know, all I'm going to say on this, Tom, is that the allegations are misreported. Okay, that's all I'm going to share. I can't go any farther now. All right.
There's some talk that maybe you weren't fired for the allegation, but maybe what happened afterwards. That there's been some talk that you talked to players that you shouldn't have, or that even afterwards, maybe some intimidation by yourself to the players.
All I can talk on is the allegations being misreported. You know, I can't visit about those kind of things. Okay, I hope you understand that. I hope you appreciate that.
Talk about anything differently. Would you have done anything
No.
differently?
No, I wouldn't have.
Jim, could you talk about the landscape of coaching now versus the way it was, perhaps when we were growing up playing?
I don't know about all that. You know, it's
and what the way things were at that time and the way things are now, and the fine lines.
the bottom
that
line
coaches go
is
through.
you love your players. The bottom line is everything that you want to do, you do for their lives, and that's it. That's the bottom line.
Coach, in
I don't know.
a situation where there's a robbery of a Circle K or something like that, different witnesses' perceptions vary, especially in a situation where there's adrenaline involved. Do you think that there's a possibility, because of the nature of the circumstances around what was going on, your perception may vary from the other witnesses? Because in the university's report, there are multiple witnesses who say that they saw you grab this player by the neck and slap him. Why do you think there's a variance between different accounts?
Oh, I can't go into all those kind of things. You know, the main thing is all I'm going to do is I've stood with what I've said from the beginning. I've never wavered, nor will I. I mean, it's all I can do is tell you the truth. That's all I can do, and I'm going to stand on that. And that's all I can do, really.
Jim, when I contacted you about the first report and asked you specifically about these allegations, your quote was, "What happens in the locker room basically stays in the locker room." You would talk about recruiting, what happens within the team stays within the team. If you want to talk about recruiting, I'll talk about recruiting. I gave you two chances to deny all the allegations. You did not at that time. You didn't until later in that day. I'm wondering, when I initially contacted you, why you didn't deny it, why you said this never happened, anything like that.
Well, you know, the whole thing with all of it, like I said before, is that there's no way I can right now get into all those kind of things. You know, all I can do is reiterate what I've said before. The allegations are misreported. And that's all I can say, and I'll stand on that. So,
Do you think
okay.
your reflection may vary because of your adrenaline of the time?
You know, we're getting into all these kind of